Thank you. Well, Jenny, thank you so much for the time to present today. To me, this is one of the most exciting things that has happened in the history of business since the Industrial Revolution. And I know that that is a big statement and a bold statement, but I mean it, and I think it's true. I'm going to go through a little bit about why I think now is the moment for revenue operations, why it's so impactful, and what we can do to help bring this about, and what you can do if you're considering a job change or considering growing your revenue operations career, and to achieve these goals and to really be part of the business movement that is happening right now at this time. So we have Whitney Merrill and Jared Robbins, who are going to be present on Thursday, but today it's just me. So did you know that revenue operations is the forefront of what's going to be happening in the next 10 years? Right now, there is a $3.7 billion opportunity in revenue operations. In 2033, it's going to be a $15 billion market. Companies who are using RevOps are seeing a 15% boost in efficiency and a 20% boost in innovation. Revenue operations ensures that sales, marketing, and customer success align on goals. And strategic revenue operations leadership at the executive level is what is driving growth today. So the changing business landscape, why this is so exciting, is that if you can stay with me, I did my PhD in organizational communication. And so with that, I did a lot of organizational theory. If we go back to the time of the Industrial Revolution, you understand that bureaucracy was the prevailing theory of the day. Bureaucracy was what was dictating the structures, the roles, the pay, the location. Everyone was on site. Everyone had very divided roles. There was a strict hierarchy. Email chains, like the email, which came later, but any kind of communication came from this very, very strict hierarchy. So enter digital transformation, enter the technology world. And all of a sudden, people start throwing wrenches into things, saying, hey, this is not how it should be. We should not have silos between our revenue teams. We should be talking to each other. We should not have a strict hierarchy. We should have a flat hierarchy. We should not have a division of labor that's so strict that nobody knows what the other person is doing. So digital transformation completely reversed what most businesses thought was normal and real and practical and the best way of doing things. But like any engine, when wrenches and things get thrown into the engine, it stops. So because of this, even though digital transformation has been the future, heralded as the future, 80% of the digital transformations fail, from startup all the way through enterprise. So what we have now is we have an opportunity for revenue operations to be able to take what's good about bureaucracy, take what's good about digital transformation, and be the future of business, where we have the best of bureaucracy, the best of digital transformation, and we streamline it into what is the future of business. So what used to take weeks for businesses with revenue operations can now take minutes. The speed and rate of business has to change. And revenue operations has to support that strategic execution. Think of, I'm going to go to the next slide here. The current state of revenue operations. So even though RevOps is the future, despite predictions, only 35% of the companies have or are building a RevOps team right now. 48% don't even have RevOps. So they're doing some kind of a jimmy rig system where they're trying to fit technology into a bureaucracy, and it's just not working. Moving forward, we have Star Trek. So how many of you guys love Star Trek? I hope everyone does. I'm a big Star Trek fan. Captain Kirk, he's the CRO of the Enterprise. And Scotty is the revenue operations lead. He's the chief engineer. He's given it all of that he's got, and he's running the computer, the control panel, the AI that's making everything work. But Captain Kirk and Scotty, if they can't talk to each other, and if Scotty doesn't know what's in the head and mind of Kirk, there is no enterprise that is going to be flying anywhere or to boldly go where anyone has gone before. AI is growing as well, and AI can also help revenue operations and provide those strategic insights. But a revenue operations leader has to guide it. Just like a computer control panel, AI is only as good as the revenue operations lead. So 72% of organizations use AI for at least one business function. And 82% of revenue professionals see AI's long-term benefit, but only 50% have deployed it for many uses. So there's a big opportunity there for people who are interested in growing a revenue operations career. The modern challenge right now is speed and structure. Because of bureaucracy's long-standing format in enterprises, it's a big, big ship. Digital transformation is here to enable it, but only if a strategic revenue operations leader can play that role in making sure that the system operates efficiently. So, for example, quarter-end deals can swing revenue outcomes. That's one way that a RevOps leader can really influence revenue. Navigating processes and policies and constraints between departments is another role. And trust and decision-making are very critical for this role. So my point, and it's a very short presentation, I'm hoping I have some people who want to ask me some questions about the role and the business of RevOps, is that RevOps is no longer just an operational function. RevOps has to play a strategic role in businesses so businesses can move forward, so that enterprise can boldly go where they have never gone before. And revenue operations professionals have an opportunity to step up and just take a seat at that leadership table. If you're interested in what I have to say today and you'd like to take a demo with Fullcast, we're going to send you some Star Trek socks. And the URL is below, and I can send it to you, Jenny. So let me stop there and see what your thoughts are. All right, it looks like I've got some questions here. So Manoj asked a question: if RevOps is the head of sales. So the head of sales in this metaphor is Captain Kirk, and the revenue operations leader would be an operations leader who is managing marketing, sales, and customer success in order to combine the department initiatives. Another question is, what if sales teams can be built with volunteers for cash-strapped tech founders? This is one of the challenges I'm trying to fix to help reduce the failure rate. That is something that is very interesting and a great idea. A revenue operations leader is a little bit more involved in making sure that once those decisions are made, you've got a good plan for how you can make that actionable and how their commissions can get tracked and how they can get quotas. In addition to that, I'm working with a company right now that is assembling kind of what you're talking about, which is a group of individuals who are on a contract basis, a commission-only basis, and tracking, commissions there for them. So you could do something with volunteers. Jenny, you're back. You're on mute, though.
Now I'm unmuted. Thank you.
Yes.
I just wanted to jump on and see if I could help facilitate with any questions. If people have more questions, feel free to leave them in the comments. And we have a few minutes left with Amy that we can answer some of those.
Great. Does anyone else have any questions? And I'm just looking in the comments, wondering if that's the right place to go.
Yep.
Yeah. All right. Well, it looks like nobody's got any questions, Jenny.
That's okay. If people wanted to, I missed it if you said it, but if people wanted to ask you additional questions after watching your session, where's the best way that they can get in contact with you?
Okay, so if you want to get some socks, if you want to go where no man has gone before and consider a career in revenue operations, or talk with one of us about how revenue operations can really help your business, feel free. I put this in the comments, the link here. If you'd like some socks, we'd love to have a chat with you. You can also connect with me here at amy@fullcast.com. And if anyone wants to send me a text message, I'm going to put my cell phone in here as well.
You're so nice.
Yeah, of course. No problem. I love texting.
And it does look like we got one more question if you have time for it. So
sure, absolutely.
So it's from Shelley W. She says, with sales, I think about the consumers. What's a benefit for the consumers?
Oh, I love that. So retail is very, very much a revenue operations focused, streamlined system. Revenue operations in retail specifically is all about making the consumer experience absolutely fantastic. So if your user experience is bad, you've got a revenue operations problem. So things like how fast your website is in order to make a purchase, how many clicks until the end of the purchase, how fast your customer success person responds, how easy it is to get in touch with them, whether the technology, if they get on a phone call, whether that's easy to understand, whether the terms and conditions and pricing are right. Revenue operations is the thing that brings it all together. And that's one of the reasons that it's such a really exciting career.
Amazing. Well, thank you so much for joining. You always share such great information, and this is a really awesome offer. Like, go check it out. Go get those free stocks.
Awesome. Well, thank you, Jenny. I really appreciate your time.
Yeah. Thank you too.